Hey there everyone, Julian here, really happy to share with you another short training video. And look, in today's episode I want to introduce to you this idea, two-stage chunking. Now you can see I got my trusty flip chart here handy as I always do, and I think this video is really designed to give you an idea of what to do when you've got a lot of overwhelm going on. And the reason it's called two-stage, guess how many stages there are? 2. And I think you'll find it very, very useful. Now, for those of you who've been through my programs before, you've probably seen me do the 1 stage. You probably haven't seen me do the 2 stage. So this is how it works. I'd like you to imagine that this is an anatomically accurate representation of your brain. You've got lots going on. You've got all these things that you have to take care of. You've got to take care of business, you've got to take care of customers, you've got to take care of your financials, and then in between that you've got to take care of yourself and your lunch, and at any given time your brain can shoot off in any direction. Pretty much a big sense of overwhelm, and when you've got lots of pressure on, when you've got lots of deadlines on, it just feels sometimes that we can't really make sense of what we've got to do. But watch what happens when I do this. Suddenly, instead of all of those overwhelming things, you've got 4 very clear chunks in terms of areas of focus. I'll give you an example how you could look at it. You might say that this is your finances chunk. This is where you've got to worry about your cash flow, your balance sheet. It could be your profit and loss. It could be your aged receivables, whatever it might be. This might be your safety, which is your lost time injuries. It could be your injury frequency rate. It could be your hazard inspections, risk assessments. This might be your production side of things and whatever metrics you use in your production. But that's not enough. That's not enough, because it's still not quite at the stage where it's really going to resonate with you at a personal level. And that's where the second stage comes into it. So I'd like to introduce you to this idea of the visual model. And so what the visual model is a graphical representation that you personally like, that makes sense to you. And so what I've done for you is I've put one on here, which is me. So I'm a big fan of quadrants. I like things when they're in 4 distinct boxes because it just helps my brain make sense. And when I'm thinking about things, I actually visualize, oh, it goes in that quadrant, that quadrant, that quadrant, or that quadrant. And so what I've done is showed you how I do it. So this is part of my role as CEO of Synergy, and obviously one of the things I need to look at is the financials. So, and I'm just giving you a couple of examples. So within that, I obviously, like all business owners, need to look at cash flow, I need to manage our profit and loss, and I need to keep track of how our balance sheet is tracking. You shoot over here to customers, which is obviously a big part of what I do. I've got a whole bunch of relationships with existing customers. We're bringing on new customers all the time, and I've also got to manage the pipeline of how's our new customer acquisition coming along. Look at what's down here with our people, and this is internal for the Synergy. You can see here that I've got quarterly convos up here. Basically myself and my business partner, we have quarterly conversations with every single person in our team. I've got to worry about contractors. We're having a big influx of work at the moment, and I look at, do we have the right contractors around us? And obviously, like all business owners, I need to look after the annual leave balances. And then you go over to here in programs. So we've got an emerging leaders program coming up with one of our clients. We've got a leading beyond today program which we're developing and have delivered. And then we've also got a presenting with impact program that we're running with another different one of our clients. So as you can see, what this does is helps me make sense of all the different things that I'm thinking about. Now, if you're into circles, do circles. If you're into bar charts, do bar charts. If you're into weird octagons or whatever shape suits you, feel free to do it. Some people like landscape, some people like portrait. There's no rule with this. It's just a visual model which works for you. And what I hope you'll find is when you give it a go, it'll help reduce the level of overwhelm for you. So until next time, happy watching.